By the end of the Ultimate Ninja game series, the roster of playable characters had grown to over 130 characters. Both the OG Ultimate Ninja and Storm games introduced some unique characters that were either exclusive to a particular game or the series as a whole. So I thought, why not try to revisit some of these characters and rank them on this tier list. While ranking, I'll take in consideration how detailed they are, how unique the characters are as a whole, like the idea, their moveset, their ultimate jutsus, and how fun it is actually to play with them. Of course, all of this is just based on my opinion, so feel free to put your thoughts in the comments below. I would actually really like to see what you guys think about all of this. But okay, the first character on our list is Anbu Kakashi. Anbu Kakashi was first introduced in Ultimate Ninja 2, and the last time we saw this version of the character was in Ultimate Ninja 3. Well, not really. We kinda have this character in the Storm series as well, but there it's only as a skin for Kakashi without any unique moves. In the OG series, Anbu Kakashi differs from his regular counterpart. His moves mostly consist of him using his Anbu sword to attack. His jutsus include Lightning Blade, exclusive to this version of Kakashi, and summoning his ninja hounds to attack, unlike the regular Kakashi, whose jutsus include 1000 Years of Pain and a hound-based immobilizing move. This version feels more serious. In some of his jutsus, he even trash talks a bit. Regarding Ultimate Jutsus in Ultimate Ninja 2, he doesn't have one, only in an Awakening, but in Ultimate Ninja 3, he does get an awesome Ultimate Jutsu. All in all, this unique version of Kakashi allows us to use Lightning Blade, which is kinda semi-locked behind this version only because the regular version doesn't have that jutsu as well. It kinda gives like a more serious take on Kakashi, where for example this version of Kakashi is more serious and is like, how should I say, it's more bloodthirsty when it comes to the battle. So in my opinion, I find this character actually a pretty good one, an interesting like version of Kakashi. So I will rate him in the good tier. The next up on our list is Byakugan Hinata. The story kinda is the same for her. This version is a more serious take on the OG Hinata. Her moveset also differs from her original counterpart. In this version, her attacks look more confident, like she's not holding back. This version uses rotation and 8 trigram 60-fold palms for her jutsus, which looks amazing, while the OG version's jutsus are really tame. One has her pulling out an ointment, which heals her and gives her a buff, and the other one is her just slapping the opponent repeatedly. Sadly, this version of Hinata doesn't have an ultimate jutsu because she only appeared in Ultimate Ninja 2. So, because of her lack of ultimate jutsus, but the idea that it's like a more serious take on Hinata, I would rate her in the okay tier. Next up on our list is Taijutsu Naruto. Taijutsu Naruto is a version of Naruto that focuses entirely on taijutsu, as the name implies. His moveset is a mix of Lee's and Guy's movesets. Most of his regular combo attacks are taken directly from Lee, for example, but his jutsus are taken from Guy. This gives the character the best of both worlds. In Ultimate Ninja 2, he doesn't have an ultimate jutsu, but in Ultimate Ninja 3, he gets an awesome one.
Don't underestimate the green meat!
Fun fact, there is an episode in Naruto Shippuden, I believe, where Naruto actually wears this green training outfit, which is pretty funny to me. In my opinion, I would rate Taijutsu Naruto in the okay tier. I mean, he has a mix of movesets from Lee and Guy, which kinda doesn't bring a lot to the table. Only thing that I really liked about this character is the ultimate jutsu. It looks really good. One of the most unique characters, in my opinion, is Sealed Orichimaru. The difference between him and the OG version is that he doesn't use his hands to attack. Instead, he uses his tongue,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
head and legs to attack. His jutsus include Kabuto summoning Manda to attack and Orichimaru using his long tongue to drain the opponent's life force. Unfortunately, this character doesn't have an ultimate jutsu, only an awakening. Oddly enough, in his awakening he uses his hands, which shouldn't work for this version of Orichimaru. I mean, I find this character really interesting because like the concept, the idea that they created a character that is not able to use his hands because, you know, I mean, it's sealed and uses other body parts, or like his henchling or Kabuto for this case, is really like an interesting concept for me. I don't know, I'm really sad that he doesn't have an ultimate jutsu. In my opinion, I would rate Sealed Orichimaru in the good tier. Next, we have Doto, a Japan exclusive character from Ultimate Ninja 2. Doto's regular attacks feel weighty, making him come across as a strong and powerful character, which makes sense since in the movie he actually was portrayed like that. His jutsus are wind style attacks. The first is a black tornado that launches the opponent into the air. The second is a long-range wind spiral attack that covers nearly 90% of the stage lane. I mean, it's really OP. Doto also has 3 ultimate jutsus, one for each character level. Each one incorporates other villains from the movie he originates from, which adds a nice touch. Sadly, Doto was never released in the West because of the regional difference between the West and Japan, for example, right? His moveset really portrays him really well, as this buff and strong character who's able to break mountains with one hit or one punch, right? In my opinion, his jutsus are really OP, especially the vortex thingy, which is able to cover 90% of the lane. I mean, that's just insane. I think this is a really good character. Sadly, in the West we were not able to play him, but I personally, as the concept and everything, I would rate him in the low tier of Super, for now at least. Now we move to Ultimate Ninja 3, where we meet Konohamaru Squad. The Konohamaru Squad consists of Konohamaru, Udon and Muagi. Since they're literal children, their moveset is rather slow but packed with funny animations. For example, the regular attack string features all 3 chiming in to attack the opponent. Konohamaru's running animation is so adorable, and his back attack can be charged, delivering a powerful right hook. For his jutsus, one is the sexy jutsu combined with bombs that Muagi and Udon place behind the enemy. The second one is Konohamaru rummaging through his backpack of some sorts and tossing out random items like buffs, sweets, toys and explosions. The ultimate jutsu is even cuter, with all 3 working together to pull it off. I personally rate Konohamaru Squad in the super tier. Even though the character isn't serious and the moveset is rather slow, the attention to detail and humorous references to series make them incredibly fun to play, at least in my opinion. Next up is Hanabi, who also debuted in Ultimate Ninja 3. While she might not be the most unique character, she was included because she had a mission in the special story mode of the game. Her attacks aren't particularly flashy. As a Hyuga, her strikes feel elegant and precise with a touch of flair. Compared to Hinata or Neji, she has a unique moveset and not a combination of them too. For jutsus, she has a force palm attack that sends the opponent flying and a counter move, triggered only when attacked, that performs a rotation. Her ultimate jutsu, however, is the highlight. It features her father stepping in to finish the attack.
How was that, Father?
You still slack off toward the end.
Yes.
For me, at least, Hanabi kind of feels like meh, in the sense that there's nothing that much that kind of stands out besides her ultimate jutsu, so I would rate Hanabi in the meh tier. Next, we have Taijutsu Chiyo from Ult Ninja 4. Since the story ends in the middle of the Kazekage rescue arc, the developers hadn't yet revealed her proper techniques, so they created a version of her using Taijutsu exclusively. The idea is hilariously brilliant, an elderly woman moving faster than Lee or Guy. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Her moveset revolves around the hand-to-hand combat. Her jutsus include spamming thousands of kunais and performing an impressive Taijutsu combo. In Awakening mode, her moves change slightly, with her attacks entering stance before striking, adding variety. Her ultimate jutsu references her first encounter with Kakashi.
It's him! The White Fang of the Hidden Leaf Village! To avenge my son! Now I'm going to punish you! Huh? Just kidding, I was playing dumb.
The concept of making an older granny, an older woman, being Taijutsu master is just hilarious to me. I would personally rate her in the good tier. Now we move to the Storm series, and the first character we're going to talk about is Lars. Lars is a unique character who appeared only on Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. He was included as a crossover when Masashi Kishimoto designed a costume for him in Tekken 6. CyberConnect 2 took it a step further by adding him into the game. Lars' standard combos are fast and impactful, blending punches, kicks and acrobatics with electrifying effect. His jutsu channels energy into his fists, delivering a powerful strike that paying homage to his signature moves in Tekken. Instead of throwing kunais, Lars uses bullets from a machine gun or a minigun for his chakra-based attacks. His Awakening mode increases his speed, damage and adds a lightning aura around him. His ultimate jutsu is no joke. In my opinion, adding a character which is not related to the Naruto verse and still making his moveset somehow ninja-ish, I think that they just nailed it when in Storm 2 they added Lars. I'm really sad to see that Lars hasn't been introduced in the Storm series again, maybe in connections as a DLC, I hope. But for me, Lars is and always will be in the super tier, because of the creativity that flows from Lars, and as well the costume for this character is just peak in my opinion. It's a really good design. Finally, we have Mecha Naruto introduced in Storm Revolution. Unlike Lars, Mecha Naruto has been a recurring character since Storm Revolution. As the name suggests, he's a robotic version of Naruto. His attacks use every part of his mechanical body, such as his fists and mechanical gadgets. His regular combo ends by pushing the opponent away with a fist attack. For jutsus, he has a robotic Rasengan and a tilt jutsu where he throws 3 dolls that explode upon impact. His ultimate jutsu is packed with flashy animations.
Fully charged. Safety lock release.
And his idle animations include quirky robotic movements. In Revolution he has 2 awakening times, Flick and Full. Flick awakening transforms him into a QB-like Mecha Naruto with new attack strings, jutsus like QB Blast and a circular AoE move. But the Full awakening has an elaborate cutscene where Mecha Naruto jumps into a giant nine-tails mech. In this state, he can throw boomerangs and shoot lasers, for example. Mecha Naruto is one of my favorite characters, to be honest. I know Mecha Naruto is like kind of quirky and funny, but I really like the interesting idea of like making a robot which is similar to Naruto. Heck, even his moves are the same, especially, for example, he uses Rasengan. On this Rasengan is a little bit different, for example, right? I would say that the Revolution version of Mecha Naruto stands out the most, especially since he has like 2 awakening types, and as well, the bigger awakening type when the gauge is full, this whole animation thingy when he jumps into the mech is exclusive to this game as well, because in Storm Connections he just goes into the mech and that's it. I mean, but yeah, I would rate Mecha Naruto in the super tier without any doubt. Alright guys, editing me here. I actually remember that I actually wanted to talk about Sasori, but in his puppet form. So, Sasori in his puppet form was first introduced in Ultimate Ninja 4. He is a rather slow character where navigating the battlefield or jumping takes a long time. His attacks revolve around him using his tail in all sorts of ways. He can dig a hole and attack from below, wrap it around the opponent and throw it. His regular attacks are rather quick with just a few hits if not extended by a directional pad. His jutsus revolve around him shooting tons of kunais and him wrapping the enemy up in his tail and crushing him. He has 2 ultimate jutsus. This is the regular one.
I've no other choice.
And this is the reversal one.
I'll finish this quickly. Don't push your luck.
Personally, I would rate Sasori in his puppet form somewhere around the okay mark. The moveset is rather short and navigating with him is a slugfest, but the only thing that I really like is that the developers were able to incorporate this version of him and made him even playable. I am not sure how viable he is in like free battles or anything like that, but maybe someone who has played with him more can maybe elaborate more in the comment section below. But yeah. Well guys, here you have it. This is my list of some of the most unique characters in the mainline Ultimate Ninja games, excluding PSP. I focused on characters that stand out in design, moveset or overall vibe. If I missed any characters, let me know in the comments below. But what do you guys think of my rankings? Do you agree? If not, why? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah guys, that's it from me. I wish you all a nice day/evening. Bye guys.